Hello, my name is Versailles, and today we're going to talk about the weekly quests that just released. The first one, I've done 3 of them already. Accidentally, my recording got messed up, but we'll still talk about them. So the first one is Runeterran Legends. You need to play 3 champions in a game, and for that you get 10 wild fragments. I suggest using a low-cost champion, and then give Guardian's Trinket or the Chameleon's Necklace. This way you'll be able to create multiple copies of that champion, and then you can just play 3 in a game. This will also give you 2 more champions that you can get access to. So and then you just pick any easy adventure. You can do like the Swift Scout in PNZ, or you can go ahead and do this 1.5 star adventure. I like the 1.5 star adventure because it has ruination, and this will also go into the second quest, which is called Death and Decay, and that is see 4 plus units die in 1 round. An easy way to do that is to just stall out the games with until there are 4 units on the board, and you draw a copy of the ruination. As soon as you do that, and there are 4 units on the board, you have the ruination. Just cast the ruination. Sometimes your opponent will even do it for you, and you need to do that 4 times. So I can show how to do both of them right here. I assume what I've already said is enough, but just in case you want visual, we'll do that as well. So here, like you can see, we have 3 copies of Teemo and Seraphine in our hand, so we'll just be able to play down those champions. We do need to get one of them killed, so we have to wait until something like this happens. So now there are 4 units on the board. We can do the ruination. I believe you have to do these quests separately, so do your 3 champions, win the game, then start doing your ruination runs. But yeah, so here we had 4 units on the board and we removed them, and that's kind of why we're using this 1.5 star. And I forgot to play Teemo, I had managed to do it, and that's fine, we just play it here. And then this would satisfy the condition for Runeterran Legends. If you were doing the Death and Decay, you would just play 4 more units, and then wait for ruination to come up in your hand again, or like here, there's this nice attack. We can sacrifice 4 units here. And you need to do that 4 times. It doesn't all have to be in 1 match, but you know, just for making it easy, why not? You can just stall until that happens. The third quest is called Preemptive Blast, and you have to strike the enemy nexus 8 times. I mean, that's fairly straightforward, just attack the enemy nexus 8 times. Nothing special to that, nothing weird. For Death and Decay, you get a Bronze Reliquary, and for Preemptive Blast, you get a Piltover Silver Star Vessel, which is honestly a pretty great reward. And now we're going to pause for a second. Alright, the next challenge is Manaflow Master, where you just have to spend 60 mana. You can do this with anything. You don't need to use anything in particular. I'm choosing to use Jack here to do it all in 1 shot. He has his champion spell is Risky Venture, which creates 2 coins. Coins obviously give you more mana. A lot of his deck has a tune in it, and a tune will give you more mana as well. He also has Barnacles, which means that every time you strike, you get a coin, and those coins will just give you more mana to spend. Okay, am I stuck here? What's happening? I don't know why this is blocking my screen. Alright, we can finally make it to Boom Baboon. Yeah, so he also has Knuckle, which turns into Mako, which turns into Bull, and this can spend 12 mana in a turn. So I think he's a fairly good choice to spend a lot of mana if you just want to do it all in 1 shot. Obviously, like I said, you can do it with anyone, you can do it with anything. You just want to pick something that is going to be able to make cards that you can spend, which honestly is going to be most of your champions. Anything that you put like Grand General's Counterplan on would be good too. I just like the idea of using Jack here because his whole deal is making more mana and then spending it, and he has a lot of ways to generate extra mana. If you have a unit or a champion with like the 4-star, 5-star constellation, it gives you 1 extra mana gem. Maybe you just want to use that because that just gives you 1 extra, and like that's kind of exponential. But here you also have Prize Fight, which you can use to force strikes with Barnacle. And yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, the easiest way to spend all your mana is by doing it like this. But just playing the game, it's just spend 60 mana. It's not 60 spell mana. There's nothing special about it. Yeah, there's no reason necessarily to do a specific champion versus anything else. But if you wanted to, you could. And so here you can play like Knuckle and Tamako, and then refill some spell mana. I misjudged how much I had, but that won't really matter because we'll just make more. And I can't count, so I don't know how much I've spent total so far. I used 39, so I only needed 21 spent. I've spent at least 12 this round. I assume that at this point we're like well past. You can get created cards cost 1 less. That makes your coins free. I guess the downside to that would be that it makes your coins free. And if you're trying to spend mana, maybe that's not what you're looking to do. But coins free is nice. And then here we'll play Knuckle. The attacks will just block with everything. And see, we have 11 mana here in our coin. So yeah, still didn't have enough to rally from Bull, which is just a series of misplays that I did. But it's fine. That'll be enough to finish the adventure. And I believe I've spent the 21 mana I needed to spend. You probably shouldn't like go out of your way to do this. You can just play the game and you'll spend 60 mana probably in a couple adventures. But if you wanted to do it in one shot, I think this is like the best way to do it. And then we will go into our final quest, which is Power Overwhelming, attack with at least 2 units of 25 power each. We're going to go ahead and surrender here. And for this next one, we're going to be using, and get 250 Stardust for that. We're going to be using Bard. There's a lot of options you can go. Like you can use Elder Dragon probably, and that would be fine. But I think Bard is going to be one of your most secure options here. Here I'm using Z Drive Prototype, Chameleon's Necklace, and Chemtech Duplicator. You can use double Chameleon's Necklace, you use more Chemtech Duplicator. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. And how that's going to look is you're just going to do the same thing. Go into the Swift Scout. You don't want to go into the 1.5 star weekly here because that it will have ruination and it might remove your unit. And then, I don't know, find something like sorcery or wild inspiration. Doesn't actually matter. That'll just make it a little bit quicker. If you find evolution, that's actually the best. I'll turn my music back on because apparently that was off. And what you're going to do is just play Bard, wait until you have 6 mana so you can trigger Chemtech Duplicator. Actually, I don't have Grand General's Counterplan, and I don't know why. You should have Grand General's Counterplan here. Not having that is a mistake. But you just wanted to get some chimes out, and I haven't really produced anything with the chime yet. We'll be able to as soon as we get bored down. So, because I forgot to add Grand General's Counterplan, we're going to wait till 6 to play this. Otherwise, you just play them as soon as you pull them. And then here, all those chimes are going to start making our units bigger. When we attack with Bard, it'll put more chimes in the deck. And once he levels up, he's going to start making all of the units very large. Since it's attack with 2 with 25 units, or 25 attack power, it's probably better to only have 2 units on the board so that more things aren't getting hit by the chime level up effect. But I'm not really concerned about it. He accelerates extremely quickly. You have to worry about your hand size with Bard. You don't want to draw nothing. You don't want to burn your card on your draw. I'm going to go ahead and kill that guy here so that we have less units on the board. Also, I just need to get some stuff out of my hand. Yeah, the idea is to draw Bard and then use his champion spell to make your units much bigger. So we have 1 unit at 25, and we just need to wait for another unit to be 25. And again, I'm checking my hand to make sure that I can draw another card. So like I said, less units on the board would split the chimes less, which would be better for what we're trying to do. But I also did want to get some cards out of my hand. Unfortunately, that's how I had to do it. And play Erasmus to draw, trigger more chimes.
The sun rock got me good.
Now we have 2 units that are over 25 power. So we just have to wait till next turn and then we can attack.
Anything else? Cooking with flair.
And on this draw, we'll probably get 3 units, maybe 4 up to 25 power. We didn't, but that's fine. We already have our 2. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's all of the weeklies. Yeah, these aren't hard. There's nothing like weird that's happening here. We're gonna surrender here, or retire run rather. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. This was possibly the easiest week of weekly quests that we've had. And we actually do get our vault here, which is pretty unusual. And I end up with 40 Furious Fragments. Alright, hope you enjoyed. And like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.